Good afternoon. It's 1 p.m. and you know what it is. It's time for the news update during the day. And today you'll be with me, Tulip Naksompop Blauw, the editor-in-chief of Thai PBS World. We will not just talking about COVID-19. Of course, we're talking about it, but not just the COVID-19 news today, because another important event that happened is that the uh, Myanmar foreign minister and also Indonesian foreign minister was in Thailand in the three-way talk last night. So at first we expected there would be some kind of press conference from Thai side last night, but it happened today in the late morning. But we'll go there as the first news of today. So today we'll talk about what the Thai ministry say about the trilateral conversation they have with Myanmar and Indonesia. And of course, we're going to talk about the vaccines that arrived yesterday in Thailand after Senegal and also Sinovac. And Bangkok already prepared 3 hospitals to take the vaccine and to distribute to people that are on priority list. Now, let's start with this news about trilateral talk. Let me show you. This is the only one picture we have of the meeting since yesterday. There. It's a picture of that is a Thai Foreign Affairs Minister, Don Paramarinai, that is an Indonesia Foreign Minister, Retno, and this is the Myanmar Foreign Minister. So Thailand has said in the press briefing that it is supporting peace and stability in Myanmar, which is in line with the desires of ASEAN and international community. And that was from the statement of Thani Sangrat, the Foreign Affairs Ministry spokesperson. There has been a trilateral discussion between Thai, Myanmar, and Indonesia Foreign Affairs Ministers. There is, however, no detail about what was discussed at the meeting. They told us the topic, but no detail. So prior to this meeting, Thailand's Foreign Affairs Minister Don Paramarinai and his Indonesia counterpart Retno Marsudi met to talk about the informal ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting to happen in August this year, according to Mr. Thani, the spokesperson of the ministry. While the meeting between Don and his Myanmar counterpart Wunnamong Lawin was about the 2,400 kilometer long Thailand-Myanmar border, Thani said it was also a good opportunity to hear about the situation in Myanmar directly from the country's foreign minister. They're not talking just about political situation. They were talking about the situation on the border, the economy, how people are doing, because we are neighboring countries, we are friends, and they also discuss cooperation in public health and migrant workers. Here is what, let me see. Here is what said in the press briefing, quote unquote. The Thai side managed to host the trilateral meeting for a neighborly discussion among the fellow ASEAN members, and that is the explanation of the meeting that happened. The meeting between Don and Wunnamong Lawin was the first known face-to-face encounter between a senior junta member and foreign government officials. So I think it's something significant there. The Thai Foreign Affairs Ministry stated that Thailand coordinated the three-way meeting after the planned visit to Myanmar by Retno Marsudi of Indonesia could not go ahead as scheduled. And AFP actually earlier reported that Retno had hoped to travel to Naypyidaw after her visit to Bangkok to convey direct messages from Indonesia and other countries, but confirmed the visit had to be postponed. Indonesia said on Wednesday, which is yesterday, that it was in talks with both sides of Myanmar's political crisis, and its foreign minister may visit to help find a solution. But Retno had no plans for an immediate trip. The statement came after a leaked Myanmar government document showed Indonesian foreign minister was to visit Myanmar on Thursday. So she's supposed to be there today, but now the trip is not happening. The trip was not confirmed by Indonesia, and it said Wednesday that no visit had been scheduled. Let me show you. I think we have a photo of the leaked document. That should not that one. Let me see. We have a photo of the leaked document. That is, the thing is, if you have been checking out our website, we have the new column called Myanmar Report. It is by our Myanmar correspondent. It's local. We don't use his real name. We call him David Tun, and he's the one that reports what's happening in Myanmar almost daily from the viewpoint of Myanmar local reporters. So I think it is interesting to see the situation through his eyes, not just through what the Western media reported and what he thinks, because when we heard that Indonesians say they want peace and stability and they want good things for Myanmar people, what actually Myanmar people think? They don't really think that Indonesia is being straightforward, because there was this leaked document that you see on the screen right now. David said this is saying that the Indonesian foreign minister were going to be in Myanmar, but then the trip didn't happen. So that's that. That's the latest update about Myanmar. If you want to know more about what's happening in Myanmar, go check our website, www.thaipbsworld.com. We have a column called Myanmar Report. We have In-Depth, which is Myanmar Report every couple days, but we have a Myanmar Journal, which will update almost every day of what happened in Myanmar around the country through the eyes of Myanmar reporter. So I think it is interesting. Some of the photos you see, it will be from Myanmar residents that sent to him, or something he acquired on cloud sharing, which he said right now it's what people do in Myanmar. They share all the photos and video everybody took from around the cities just to send it around. So sometimes he said he cannot really get to the original person that shot the video, but he assure that it's authentic. So we choose to show some of the pictures on the news article. Now let's move on to COVID-19 situation in Thailand. Let me show you this. This is the latest figure that was showing today. We got 72 new COVID-19 cases in Thailand today. It brings the cumulative total of the country to 25,764. But over 21,000 of those happened in this latest outbreak only, which they start counting in December 15. And out of the 72, 63 are local transmissions, and 9 cases are from abroad. No additional death today, so death toll remains at 83. Now, let's talk about vaccine. Let me see if I have anything for you in terms of the vaccine pictures. But I think you have seen everything already. No. Here you go. This is the post by the public health minister. He said that AstraZeneca, about over 100,000 doses, has arrived in Thailand, and now it's in the process of distribution planning, that where it will go, and it will be according to what the doctors see fit, and that is the announcement about AstraZeneca. But if you compare to the news yesterday, it was pretty big deal when Sinovac arrived, because it's the first lot ever of COVID-19 from any company in Thailand. Anyway, okay, let me show this. British-made COVID-19 vaccines from Oxford AstraZeneca arrived in Thailand yesterday, according to the social media post by the public health minister, Anutin Charnvirakul. Anutin posted that exactly 117,600 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine are at Suvarnabhumi international airport and are in the process of distribution planning. Yesterday morning, it was the same day when Thailand received the first 200,000 doses of vaccine from China, Sinovac. The Prime Minister was at the airport to receive them himself. The Prime Minister even hailed the arrival of the Sinovac vaccine that it is a historic day for Thai people, and said the inoculation program will begin in the next few days after the completion of preparatory measures. Thailand will initially distribute vaccines to 9 high-risk provinces, including Bangkok, Samut Sakhon, Pathum Thani, Nonthaburi, Samut Prakan, Nakhon Pathom, Samut Songkhram, Ratchaburi, and Mae Sot district in that province. The inoculation plan will prioritize frontline medical personnel and officials in close contact with infected patients, followed by those with congenital diseases. But if you want to know more in detail how many doses each provinces get and how they distribute among all these different group of priorities, you can go check our website, www.thaipbsworld.com. We have the information on there in more detail, but I don't want to bore you on this. Anyway, talking about vaccine. Yesterday, after the news broke out that Thailand have received vaccine from AstraZeneca and also from Sinovac, Bangkok governor also posted on his own Facebook social media, and said that the Bangkok to begin the inoculation program in March. It sounds like far away. It's just next week. March start next week. At 3 hospitals that managed by the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration. Aswin Kwanmyeong, the Bangkok governor, said that he will inspect the preparation of the hospitals today. Those 3 are the Geriatric Bang Khun Thien Hospital, it's a hospital for senior citizens, Luang Pho Thavisak Hospital, and Ratchapipat Hospital, which is the 3 hospitals under the management of the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration. Bangkok is one of the first 9 provinces that will receive the first lot of vaccines from the government. It will receive 66,000 doses. Out of those, 12,400 will be distributed to the frontline medical personnel. 1,600 will be for officials that in close contact with the infected patients. 47,000 to people with congenital diseases, and the rest, which is about 5,000, will be for the general public and workers. But there is one thing that always a question: who will be the first one that received the COVID-19 vaccine in Thailand? And what kind of vaccine? If you have been following our news, Public Health Minister was saying in the press conference the other day, said that the Prime Minister will be the first one that take vaccination. He volunteered to be the first person in Thailand to take vaccination to create confidence to Thai people in these vaccines. And then it coincides with the news that Sinovac were to arrive. So it leads to the expectation or implication that the first vaccine that will be the first person that will take vaccine is Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, and it will be Sinovac. But later in the same day, Public Health Minister come back to the press briefing and said he never said it's Sinovac. He said it is AstraZeneca. And then he also said he actually advised the Prime Minister that it's not advisable for people over 60. But then the Prime Minister said he should take the first vaccination to create a confidence for Thai people. So until it happened, we wouldn't know. But now both AstraZeneca and Sinovac are in Thailand. So sooner or later, probably next week, we will see, I assume, the Prime Minister, because every country, they have the country leader to be the first one that get inoculated with COVID-19 vaccine in the hope to create a confidence to the people. So we expect, or I expect, that the Prime Minister will be the first one that get inoculated, either that or Anutin Charnvirakul, the Public Health Minister himself. So we'll wait to see. And that's it for the news in the midday update at thaipbsworld.com today, Thai PBS World Facebook. If you want to know more on the news, not just COVID-19, not just politics in Thailand, we also have news about the food, travel, many other things, local politics or education, anything that related to Thailand. You can go check our website or Twitter, or let me show this, or Twitter or YouTube or Facebook, lots of things. So all this channel you can follow us on to see more things. And let's see, I got Sawadee from one of the viewers. Hi, thanks for watching. And that's wrap up this edition of Midday News Update. And see you again. I'm not going to see you, but Nat Budna will see you tonight at 7 p.m. for another round of the news update from Thai PBS World. สวัสดีค่ะ